Paths Untrodden by Walt Whitman, this poem seems so innocent and just another romantic nature poem at first glance. But if you read between the lines, in the beginning, it sounds like a challenge, challenging someone to take risk that other people do not dare to take. Only to find out in the following lines that he is talking about a deeper, quintessential Whitmanesque issue of love of comrades and celebrating the need of comrades, which was labeled homosexual. In Paths Untrodden belongs to a collection of poems under the title Calamus, which is also a part of the Leaves of Grass. Calamus is described by Whitman as a large leaf which was aromatic and which stood for love of comrades. Apart from homosexuality, another theme that is important in this poem is the difference between the known and the unknown, the conventional and the innovative. Whitman believed that the normal ways of life or the paths that have been trodden by people for generations is so monotonous and so predictable. But the untrodden path of life can unravel the mystical secrets that is yet to be discovered. Sometimes while talking to someone, their thoughts have a major clash with our thoughts. And it makes us think, is he crazy or am I crazy? One of us is delusional. In Paths Untrodden, in the growth by margins of pond waters, escaped from the life that exhibits itself, from the standards hitherto published, from the pleasure, profits, conformities which too long I was offering to feed my soul. Clear to me now, standards not yet published, clear to me that my soul. In these lines, the poet says that he is away from the busy society, basking under Mother Nature, beside the margins of the pond waters, contemplating and meditating in solitude, and has been enlightened by a clarity of realization. Nature enlightened him. So far, it just sounds like a normal Wordsworthian or Robert Frost type of poetry. But as the poem builds up, he says, "Clear to me now, standards not yet published. Clear to me that my soul, that the soul of the man I speak for rejoices in comrades." Okay, maybe he's just talking about celebrating friendship, normal friendship, innocent friendship. Well, just the idea that comrades or friends bring us joy and that we should treasure friendship. Here by myself, away from the clank of the world, telling and talked here by the tongue's aromatic. Away from the hustling and bustling of the worldly society, in the loving care of nature, he analyzes life and finds inspiration surrounded by the refreshing aroma of nature, maybe the calamus leaf, the aromatic calamus leaf. No longer abashed, for in the secluded spot I can respond as I would not dare elsewhere. Strong upon me the life that does not exhibit itself yet contains all the rest. He says that being solitude with nature, he is free to express himself and be who he is. Embrace who he really is. He says that I'm free to express my deepest longings without the overpowering need to please the society. I can be free to be who I am, which I would not dare to be elsewhere. So now here we find that maybe Whitman is not the kind of person who fits into the society. Someone weird. Resolved to sing no songs today but those of manly attachment, projecting them along that substantial life, bequeathing hence types of athletic love. He declares in this line that I am resolved to sing about the songs of comrades and no other, about manly attachment. He is committed to proclaim to the world about who he really is, about his deepest longings, about the enlightenment that his soul has received from the aromatic smell of nature. That thing that he did not have the guts to express elsewhere, And we realize that the rejoices in comrades, and speaking of manly attachment, he was talking about homosexuality. He has decided to openly declare his most essential kind of love in his life, and he rejects the society's standard of love, which is a man for a woman for life, the religious type. Afternoon this delicious 9th month of my 41st year, I proceed for all who are or have been young men to tell the secret of my night and days, to celebrate the need of comrades. In this line, he reveals that the main focus of his poem, in Paths Untrodden, saying that this afternoon, on reaching the age of 41 years and 9 months running, I declare to all young men and old that I am homosexual, and it is time that we openly celebrate the need of comrades, the need of manly attachment, and embrace our homosexual nature. That was what he said. Written by the father of free verse, the American poet Walt Whitman. In Paths Untrodden was also written in free verse. He uses natural elements to describe his idea. There are many natural elements used by Walt Whitman, like the ponds, the water, the aromatic grass, away from the clank of the world and escape from the life that exhibits itself from the standard hitherto published. Paths untrodden metaphorically means the kind of life not lived by the large majority. Paths, a unique path, paths not trodden by others. Margin of ponds water signifies or symbolizes Whitman's kind of life, living on the edge, wanting to get away from the conventions of the society, risking to face his new ideals of escaping the norms of the pleasures and profits and conformities. Alliteration, published from the pleasures profit, telling and talked to hear by tongues. Secluded spot respond, there elsewhere, rest resolved. Resolved to sing no songs. So through this we find a repetition of the sound of P, sound of T, sound of S, air, R, and resolve, sings no songs, S. The next poetic device that he uses is anaphora. To feed my soul, that the soul. There is another anaphora of the word clear. Clear to me now, clear to me that. Like we discussed in his other poem, I Hear America Singing, which is also by Walt Whitman. The poet celebrates democracy, love, and friendship. But his focus on the theme of homosexuality led his books to be a controversial issue. People refused to publish it and he had to publish on his own. In conclusion, In Paths Untrodden refers to the unconventional way of living and loving. He confesses how he feels free, transcending from the physical reality to a higher spiritual enlightenment, free from the pleasures of the man-made rules, norms, and society.